This episode of the She's Crafty podcast is brought to you by RGD Designs, helping keep our beer nuts crafty through graphic design, tech tutorials, and more. Head on over to rgddesigns.com and tell them you heard about them from She's Crafty.
The She's Crafty podcast is sponsored by the Hoppy Monk in San Antonio, Texas.
The Hoppy Monk boasts 99 brews on tap, an extensive bottled beer collection, and an amazing cocktail selection with an emphasis on American craft whiskey and single malt scotch.
And as if it couldn't get any better, the staff is knowledgeable, friendly, and passionate about craft beer.
Make sure if you're in San Antonio that you make the Hoppy Monk one of your must-go-to destinations.
Shut up and sit down.
Hey. Welcome to the She's Crafty podcast. We are here with Southern Star and Joshua Cabaza.
Hello.
At the Hoppy Monk in San Antonio, Texas, at the corner of 1604 and 281.
Hell yeah.
On the north side.
What up, north side?
What up?
That's it. It's as hardcore as I get right there.
I know. We're pretty fucking gangster.
Yeah. I watched Straight Outta Compton this weekend, so I feel super gangster.
Ooh, Oscar's So White.
That movie just came out. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, because it's more gangster to watch it. Like, I'm late to the party, you know what I mean?
No.
Fashionably late.
I was
Gangster
like,
late.
I was a white girl watching that movie, and I was just like crying and feeling
Did you
like,
cry? In the AIDS?
No,
Made you cry? Oh.
I cried. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
A little bit.
My boyfriend is so nerdy. Well, we both are, but he was like, what does that even mean? And we're like Googling it and like figuring out how we can use the terms in like a sentence.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
Like fuck the police? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
What does that mean? Like, are we literally gonna fuck the police?
If you want to.
That's fine.
Would that make you happy?
If you want to get out of a ticket.
Yeah. I've done it.
All right.
Usually, you just need a good lawyer, but yeah, that works.
Yeah,
That's
that
fine,
works
that's
too,
fine,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
so
I-
I'm really excited.
Yeah?
Because what's tonight, Brandi?
It's the
Oscars. And I don't know anything about what's happening at the Oscars, but I know that you were really excited about it, and you were a little disappointed because we're missing all of it now, right?
I'm super bitter to be here right now.
I thought we
Yeah.
were supposed to boycott that. I thought that's what everybody decided
Yeah.
on
But
Facebook.
I thought beer took precedent over the Oscars.
It does, which is why I am
she's
here.
here.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not
Hey, your
all the way
priorities are in
happy,
line.
but
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
So long
here.
as your priorities are in line.
Yes, they
So I
are.
thought, like, by the time this podcast comes out, the Oscars will have already happened. But I
Yeah.
thought it might be kind of fun for us to make some predictions.
Okay.
Right? Do you guys know what's up for Oscars at all? Because I printed it out.
Oh,
nice.
somebody's
Yeah.
prepared.
I
Yeah.
don't like this preparation.
All right.
Okay. So best picture. Okay. The nominees are The Big Short,
Love that movie.
That was a good
Bridge
one.
of Spies,
That's a great movie.
Brooklyn, Mad Max Fury Road, The Martian, The Revenant, Room, and Spotlight.
Somebody really likes The Martian.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Were you guys in that movie or no?
Extras.
No. Extras? Yeah.
Nice.
Been to Mars
I
before.
just live and breathe it. The only movie I've seen on that list was Mad Max.
Oh.
I haven't seen any of the other ones.
I haven't.
I feel like
a
I've
single
seen
one.
Mad Max before. I don't know.
Maybe I need to spend more time
Maybe like
outside of the bars.
Back in
Yeah,
Gibson.
to watch more movies.
Yeah.
What my problem is I fall asleep is what happens. So I only see like the first 10 minutes. What do you guys think? Who do you think is going to win that one?
It's gonna be The Revenant.
You think so?
Whoever sold their soul to the Illuminati first, I think.
Totally
will win.
DiCaprio.
Leo.
Yeah.
Leo.
Totally DiCaprio.
Leo.
You
Yeah.
think you did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like The Big Short personally, but yeah.
I liked The Big Short more than The Revenant, but I think The Revenant will win.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
But just in case you guys didn't know, The Big Short says that it's historical, but I don't think that Selena Gomez was around back then.
I don't
and
think
she's
that
in the
you know what you're
story.
talking about.
Oh, fine. Just
That's,
saying.
that's what
I
I'm
think she
saying.
was there to catch our attention, just like that other girl who was in the bathtub. Who
Damn.
I forgot what she said, but she's
You want her to explain to you financial stuff all the time.
not really. I'd want just her, but the financial stuff. Okay, I mean, I was
Yeah.
already following the law.
Explain,
Yeah,
explain
sorry.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
They
just
tried
the
to-
cherry on the sundae.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She can do your taxes. I don't know. I haven't seen that movie. Okay. Actor in a leading role. Ready? Bryan Cranston for Trumbo. Matt Damon, The Martian. Leonardo DiCaprio for The Revenant. Michael Fassbender, Steve Jobs. And Eddie Redmayne for The Danish Girl. Any of that sound good to you?
I just like Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch See the Martian.
That table does too.
That table wants Matt Damon to win, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I think
How do you like them
the
apples?
ones that are like on the mission to Mars.
Yeah.
I think in like 5
I'm going to get on their
years-
ship in just
I
a
know.
second. Okay, actress in a leading role. Kate Blanchett for Carol. Brie Larson for Room. Jennifer Lawrence for Joy. Charlotte, shout out Jennifer. Charlotte Rampling for 4.5 years. Or, I don't know how to say that, but somebody that was in Brooklyn.
Some famous actress that I don't know.
Somebody, her last name's Ronan. Her first name starts with an S.
Yeah.
Stacy Ronan.
Sally.
Oh, Samantha. My bad.
okay.
Yeah. No.
Isn't that who?
It's like
isn't that the
Sarasi
chick that was
or-
with Lindsay Lohan?
Saoirse.
Yeah, sure.
What's
It's
that?
Shirasi.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, sir. Oh.
Shirasi.
Oh, well, I'm a Mexican, so that explains why I couldn't say it. My bad. Okay, do you guys have any predictions for any of that?
That one of them will win.
One of them will win. That's
Yep,
right.
I put money on it.
I didn't see any of the dresses. Did you see any of the dresses?
No,
Brandi?
I had to be here setting up.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No bitterness.
No
No,
bitterness.
she's really.
I turned my little girls into like Oscar psychotics though. They were sitting down watching the.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, the red carpet.
Nice, I like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
You must be famous, sweeties.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it for
Mommy will be there in
mommy.
5 years. Do it for mommy. Okay, actor in a supporting role. Christian Bale, The Big Short. Tom Hardy, The Revenant. Mark Ruffalo, Spotlight. Mark Rylance, Bridge of Spies. Sylvester Stallone, Creed. I just want Stallone to win just because I like to see his plastic face all the time.
I know.
Right? It's like he can't move anymore.
He's entertaining to hear talk.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
Mark Ruffalo just because I like to say his name.
That is.
Right?
Yeah,
Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo.
Ruffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his.
Yeah.
It's a good name.
Really rolls off the tongue.
Okay.
I still
Yeah.
think Stallone wins.
You think Stallone's going to win just because?
Yeah, isn't he used to beating Apollo?
Mic drop. Out of nowhere.
Thanks for listening to the podcast. It's been a good one.
And we're done.
We're done.
Yeah,
Signing
I like
out.
it. I like it a
Blake
lot.
with the mic drop.
Yeah. Okay, actress in a supporting role, Jennifer Jason Leigh, The Hateful Eight. Oh, shit, I didn't even know she was still acting. Rooney Mara, Carol, Rachel McAdams, Spotlight, Alicia Vikander, The Danish Girl, and Kate Winslet's Steve Jobs.
Oh, it's gonna be Kate Winslet.
You think so?
Yeah, she did a really good job.
Yeah,
too.
she did.
Yeah.
Kate.
Yeah, Kate all the way.
Kate.
Kate's going to win for Titanic this year, I think.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
And Celine Dion. Oh, she's probably still in mourning. Never mind. Sorry.
I know. Poor Renee. We lost him tragically at the age of 185 years old.
Oh. Does
And
anybody
she's still 15.
Does anybody give a shit how they say like Oscars so white, but they're only talking about black people? Does anybody give a shit that there's like not a bunch of Mexican directors
There are
or
none.
Mexican actors
Yeah.
or anything like that?
No, but we're used to it.
Yeah.
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 That's like, we're like, nah.
We hate on each other though. We're
Yeah,
like, well, you
yeah.
think you're better than us
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
You think you're
Yeah.
better? You know what?
Yeah.
Forget you.
Yeah.
Ergo Tarantino.
We just want
Yeah,
to eat.
there you go.
We just want to eat. I don't care. I just want to go to the party if they have food.
She's
I'm
like,
down.
fuck the Oscars. They
Fuck
don't have
the
the tables
Oscars.
like the Golden Globes where you can
Like
chow down.
we would just go for the swag bag.
Oh yeah.
Fuck the rest. I don't
It's
need
like
that.
a $20,000 bag
Yeah, I
they
don't
give you,
need
right?
that little statue. Fuck
Yeah.
it. I don't care.
I'm the white trash girl. They'll go for the same.
Yeah, just give me the swag and the food, and I'm good. That's all the praise I need.
The after party.
The after party, fuck yeah.
And then after the party, isn't it the after party?
the after
I think
party.
I heard that once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in a rap song.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
After the party is the after party.
Oh.
Or wait, after the party is the hotel lobby. And what is it?
I don't
But
know.
wasn't it that nice man Snoop Dogg? What's
No,
his
it
name?
wasn't Snoop Dogg.
No.
Nope. R. Kelly.
You know what? Oh, it was the not nice man.
I like
R.
it.
Kelly.
I like
He's
it.
nice. He cleans up after. He's nice.
I like it.
He cleans up his victims well.
Nice. Nice.
He has wet wipes.
Yeah.
So we're super excited because we have some really great guests today, right?
True that.
And we have Joshua Cabaza, comedian,
Yeah.
San Antonio,
Yeah.
local.
Yeah, well,
Shout out.
Kind of local.
Kinda
I lived
local.
here for like 6-7 years, so that basically makes me a local.
I didn't know you didn't grow up here. Where'd you grow up?
No, I'm from the Valley.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I can stay on the podcast even though I said that, right?
No, of
Yeah.
course.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. That's nice to have another
That's cool.
Mexican
Usually
once
like,
in a while.
you're from where?
Oh, yeah.
You gotta-
We already have too much ethnic on this podcast. We just want to keep it even.
You've heard there's going to be a wall, right?
Yeah.
I know it's sad.
Yeah.
Trump's just like, can we, just build it here, but like 30 miles north.
Yeah.
Just kick out like Harlingen and Laredo.
For real, that's why they have a checkpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Our whole family.
checkpoint, the checkpoint
The
is
actual
where they're
border.
Going to, yeah.
That's the valley is actually the buffer zone. if you
Yeah.
don't know. So that's where there's like, you can go to the valley, but don't pass that. Like, you got to stay there.
Checkpoints make me nervous even when I'm not doing fucking anything.
Yeah.
They're
Of
like
course.
shaking and
I know.
sweating, and because I, think
I go
somebody's
through them and I'm
planted
like telling my
drugs.
kids just act normal. And they're like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like,
Why
"Just
not act
don't."
normal?
Yeah, just don't be you.
My mom flipped out one time. She was like, "Don't breathe." I'm like, what?
Like, what are you doing? Well, I always think because my oldest is blonde with blue eyes, and I'm like, "Oh, we'll probably be fine."
Yeah.
We'll just put her in the front seat.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't make her drive though.
No,
They're
no.
gonna think that she's transporting.
Yeah,
the rest
transporting
of you
us,
guys.
yeah.
Have you ever been pulled over there?
No. Well, actually, yeah, we had one time I was with like 3 other people, and we were all
Yeah.
18, and we were coming back from like drinking and stuff, and they pulled us over and like had the dogs run through the car and stuff.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
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 That happened to me one time when we were in high school and like college before we were 21. We used to go to Del Rio a lot, and then we'd go across to Acuna because they would have like $8 all you can drink, and we were 18 and we were like, fuck yeah, it's all I have is $8. It's perfect. But one time we got pulled over on the way back at a checkpoint, and one of my friends, because guys are fucking stupid, had like a taser with him.
Yeah.
I don't know what he thought he was gonna do, and we were like sweating bullets the whole time. Like, oh, I don't want to go to Mexican prison. Like, I don't even speak Spanish. I don't know what's gonna happen.
If you have
there.
$20, you're good. You don't go to prison.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't find it, and then we rolled into San Antonio. and We got pulled over for speeding. So
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I got pulled over, and then I tried to put it like, oh no, just doing a show in the valley. I'm a comedian, and like everybody's just looking at me like, no, you're
They're
not.
like, tell a joke.
Yeah, sit over there. And then I pulled my cell phone out,
Yeah.
and the lady, it was a big lady, puts her hand on her gun. I was like, what are you doing, sir? I was like, I'll just grab my phone. You don't make phone calls. I was just like, you're right.
no,
I
you're
don't
right.
make phone calls.
Yeah.
No,
I just sit
man.
here. Can I put my hands in the air? Is that all right with you?
Yeah.
And then the guy brings out, I had a container in there, and he's like, what's this? And I was just like, a container. And he goes, what was in it? I was like, stuff you contain. I don't know what it's like. Well, why does it smell like this? Because that's the odor that it has. It's like, all right, well, keep it going. I was just like, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
You were trying to go to jail, weren't you?
Yeah, it was
funny.
good times. It was good
Yeah,
times.
I like it.
Yeah, fun times.
Excuse me, I had condiments for my sandwich.
Usually that's my ketchup.
You.
It's not blood.
Hello.
Thank you.
Gluten-free mayonnaise, sir.
What does it smell like? Cocaine? Oh, I mean, weed?
I mean, nothing.
If it's
Nothing
cocaine,
at all.
give it back. I'll lick it.
Yeah. I don't know. Let me see.
Oh, you found something? Thanks, bro. I was looking for that.
Thanks for looking for that.
Speaking of licking it, I'm gonna lick this
Ooh,
glass
my
clean from
fuck.
Southern Star.
Oh, yeah.
We are having some Bombshell Blonde, and who we have here with us, we have Blake Murrah here.
We do.
And you are from Southern Star, and we're so excited
I'm
that you're
happy to be here. Happy to be here drinking some good beer, too.
Yeah.
Is this your first time to the Hoppy Monk, or have you been here
No,
before?
no. You can usually find my beers here at the Hoppy Monk. Usually on Sundays, they've got the 370 Bombshell Blonde can specials, and then they usually have the Bombshell on draft, as well as our Buried Hatchet Nitro. Usually you can count on finding all of our newest, hottest releases here, usually pretty close to release date. Most importantly, for those of us here at the table today, we have a 2012 example of a beer that we'll start talking about here in a little bit.
Nice.
So if you want to know more, you guys stay tuned to the She's
Yeah.
Crafty podcast.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, cool. I'm
wanna
taking that
bong
label,
that.
too.
Yeah, I want to bomb the shit out of that.
Hello. I first had Bombshell Blonde at Paper Tiger here in San Antonio.
That's a fantastic little place.
Yes, and I was excited because I went up to get a beer, and used to at the White Rabbit, you didn't exactly go and find craft beer.
We
No.
got the nice
Rabbit.
Lone Star.
You know what they did have? They
Yeah.
had some really, really nice wine coolers back
They
there.
did. They had some Zimas that made me puke
Fuck
all
yeah.
over that bathroom in high school.
Girls,
MD 2020.
keep those Jolly Ranchers in your purse.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
But now we have upgraded to
Yeah.
the Paper Tiger. And that's where I first had Bombshell Blonde. It was a really,
Excellent.
really good beer.
Yeah, we pride ourselves on the Bombshell Blonde. A lot of people just know us as the Bombshell Blonde Brewery. And it's like, all right, well, let's take one step back. We're Southern Star Brewing, but we do make the Bombshell Blonde. It was definitely a beer that was kind of I can't even say a happy accident, but there's a really cool story that we can talk about later on about how Bombshell Blonde came to be.
No, tell us. We'd love to hear
All
right now.
right. Well, originally, back when we were first getting started, we did some contract brewing. There was a restaurant in the Houston area that wanted a blonde ale for their house beer. So they came to our owner and founder, head brewer at the time, and they said, hey, can you brew this beer for us? And we're going to call it, I don't know, let's call it American Blonde or something to that effect. And he took one look at the recipe and said, nope, this recipe sucks. I'm not going to brew this crap for you. We're like, oh, well,
Nice.
He's like, but this is what I will do. So I'm going to tweak it, and I'm going to turn it into a drinkable beer. And, I mean, this is a gentleman that's got like 5 World Beer Cups under his belt, so I think by now we're pretty safe to say he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And so he created a new blonde ale, and it became known as Bombshell Blonde. And it's currently found in 14 states across the United States and Guatemala.
Wow. That's
Guatemala?
pretty amazing.
Guatemala.
Did you do the opposite and did you sneak it across the border down there or no? Okay, all right.
They may or may not let me back in that country.
That's all right.
Ooh.
You probably don't want
But
to go
they
back
really
anyway.
like
At least
the
you
beer.
got back.
Oh, yeah. Got back.
How do you get in Guatemala?
That's a fun time.
He's like, you walk, Andy.
You
That's
walk,
all.
yeah.
I mean, there were private planes, bribing of public
Really?
officials. I mean, it's when you think
Nice.
about doing business in a Central American country,
Yeah.
getting Bombshell Blonde into Guatemala is everything that you think of when it comes to government corruption.
That
and
sounds like a new Netflix series.
It sounds like
Yeah.
Narcos.
yes, that
So
was
was
an
the beer.
awesome series.
Yeah.
They say that, but in the planes, it's just like Bombshell Blonde boxes filled with cocaine.
Yes.
Yeah. They're like, we're in Guatemala.
Yeah,
it's
duh.
cool. Why
Yeah.
would we be sending cocaine to Guatemala? This whole thing doesn't make
That is,
sense.
it's fine. That's what makes
That's
the
what-
twist. That's the plot twist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the whole
exactly.
cover-up because it
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
'Cause it doesn't
Exactly.
make sense.
There you go.
You
Yeah.
are the king of cover-up.
There you go. Yeah.
Joshua is a bit of a conspiracy theorist.
Oh,
Are you
really?
not?
Oh,
Is that a
I-
good
I-
term?
Are you planning
Is that a bad
for-
term?
I believe I deal in conspiracy facts.
Facts.
But
Oh,
There we
I
go,
see,
there we
I
go.
see. Are you
Yes.
hoarding
Theories.
like cans of tuna fish and
that
Flashlights?
should
not
no,
gonna talk.
no.
No, okay,
All
no.
my neighbors, no, I'm not. Go to other people's
don't
houses.
come to my house?
So
Don't come to my house.
hey, I won't judge you. I keep MREs in my trucks.
there you go.
Yeah.
There we
My
go.
brother's a little bit of a, like, he's planning for something, I don't know what, but he's got like one small closet in his house and it's got like 4 meals in it and like a roll of duct tape. And I was like, if shit goes down,
Look
I'm
for
not
the Taco
coming
Bell
here.
bag.
I know.
Yeah. I'm not coming to your house.
Y'all remember that
Definitely.
marketing campaign?
Which one?
Fourth meal?
Oh yeah,
No.
we're talking about yeah.
Okay. Oh,
I
you're
don't
from the
know.
Valley. Of course you do.
Yeah,
Oh.
of course. Taco Bell, it's in our heritage.
Yeah. It's everything that we are. Talk about.
Not really, we hate that food. But
That's funny. Yeah.
I got a question. How
Yeah.
come you? We love cold beer, but in Germany everything's like hot beer. Like why?
All right. That is a common misconception that
Oh,
it's
it's
actually
not.
hot beer.
It's warm.
It is. Well, maybe it's warm to folks that live north of the Mason-Dixon. What we typically think of as warm beer, or what is the misconception about warm beer, quote unquote, over there serving temperature is actually cellar temperature, which is usually about 65 or so, give or take. So it's not technically warm, but it's definitely not ice cold. There's several bars that I visited in the past where I went in there, and this is a great way to tell if you're going to find my beer on a draft wall. If I walk into a bar and they advertise that their beer is, say, like 30 degrees, 32 degrees, I'm going to walk right back out of that place. It's not good for the consumer. It's great if you're brewing any beer that says light.
Okay.
Because what ends up happening is the colder a beer is, you can almost think of it, I'm going to go into Shrek terminology. You think of it as an onion.
Bring it.
So you've got these American macro lagers that are best served cold, because as soon as they start to warm up, you start to actually taste what the beer tastes like,
Right.
and it's not pleasant. If you've ever left an American macro lager, and I'm not going to do them the the Peyton Manning of naming any here
Yeah.
live on air.
Does it rhyme with poors?
Yes.
Rhymes with pores, cud, and
Are there
pillar.
hills really cold?
Poor's plight and
Poor's plight.
Yeah.
The poor
yeah.
plight.
Pillar plight. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pillar
You know,
plight.
butt wipes, it happens.
That's-
Yeah.
But anyways, as a beer warms up, it starts to unwind and unravel itself, and you really taste what the beer's supposed to be like.
Yeah.
So a good quality beer, you don't want it to be 30 degrees. You want it to be, even our American Blonde Ale, you probably want to drink about 40, 45, a little chilled, but nothing crazy. But if you've ever noticed how if you leave a beer sitting on the picnic table and you go to pull the burgers off the grill and you forget about it, you open another one and, 3 minutes later you're ready for that first beer that you lost. You go back and it's kind of warm and nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they want to serve all their beer ice cold or in frosted mugs. That's another thing. If I walk into a bar and see frosted mugs, that's,
It's bad.
instant face palm.
Oh wow! I thought that was like a good thing. So like, if your beer is like a slushy, you're drinking horse piss.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice to know. I thought this is the greatest beer ever.
Yeah.
This slushy beer right
Yeah.
here. But
That's
it's
the same thing we talked about on one of our early podcasts was about how to do your glass because that's how I used to always do it.
Yeah.
We'd throw them in the freezer. We'd make sure it was cold as possible. And we didn't, when we started drinking good beer, we never changed that. And somebody was just like, no, change what you're doing. Don't drink it as cold. Some of the heavier stuff you can even leave out for a while so that it comes down to room temperature. And I went to Cured. Maybe we'll have to give our former guest a little visit about it because they served a branch line.
Okay.
It was really cold. It was one of their stouts, and it was the first time that I was like, I think this is too cold.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't taste as much of the flavor, so I just left it there on the table, and then 10 minutes later, you could taste more of the beer.
Absolutely.
That's something we learned.
This is one of my favorite things to do. Whenever I'm drinking a large format bottle, whether it's a 16.9 or a 750, if I don't have help drinking it, I'll let it sit out on the counter for a couple of minutes, and I'll pour the first glass and go through it. And as you drink through the glass, taking several minutes, 15, 20 minutes or so to drink the first glass, you can really tell how the beer develops as it starts to warm up.
Right.
More flavors start to come out. A lot more of the chocolate, a lot more of the aroma. It really, really starts to unravel itself in a good way. And it's very pleasant. And by the time you get to the bottom of the bottle of a large format, it's completely different beer than what you started with. Actually, we can go ahead and do... Yeah, we can go ahead and do that.
Nice.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's crazy because that's the way I feel about my black tar heroin. Just if you let
yeah,
it sit
just
there.
after a
Just-
little,
Yeah.
let the flavors really.
And you get a really nice nod.
Yeah.
Kind of fall asleep for a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's
nice.
it's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Are you okay? You've been here for almost an hour. Are you all right?
Oh, you haven't
yeah, I'll
okay,
be good.
okay.
I'll be
Withdrawals
good.
or no?
Okay.
No?
So what we're going to do with this, and y'all get to hear the progression on the podcast as we go through this.
Okay.
I'm opening up a 2012 French-style beer de garde right now.
Okay.
And I'm going to pour us each about a half glass.
Nice.
And then later on, as we get closer to the tail end of the podcast, I'm going to pour the other half of the glass. So we're going to kind of compare this,
Fancy.
relatively cold, and then also as it closes in on room
this
temperature.
tasty.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Awesome.
Nice.
Do you mind if we give one to our musical guest back here too, so she can have a little tasty taste too? Claudine.
Drink up.
Do it, girl.
This bombshell. How do you like this bombshell blonde?
It's nice. I can really, you know what? I have a very sophisticated palate.
Right.
And I believe this thing has hops. I'm going to go ahead and say that.
You're just going out on a
It
limb.
does.
That's
There we go. I knew it.
Just going out on a limb.
Knew it.
Yep.
my mind is blown. It
Yeah.
is blown. Poof.
Thank
We
you.
did not even know that this
Boom.
palette was coming to the table today. That's the
Boom.
real problem.
You got two professionals here.
Oh my
Didn't know
god!
that.
So I have to say that this is one of my favorite beers. It's one of my go-tos that I
Yeah.
always get, because I feel like it's always available,
Yes.
And I know that it tastes good and I like it, so it really is one of my favorites.
Bombshell is. She
I like
gets
the way-
around everywhere.
I like the way you talk about it like it's a guy you have on speed dial.
Yeah,
It's like it's always
Yeah.
available. Like
I like
I need
to
him at
call
3 in the
this beer
morning. I'm
at
like,
3
hey, what are you
a.m.
doing?
I like to call this beer at 3 a.m. and be like, I thought, what's going on?
No,
You didn't call me today.
You don't even have to do that. You can just be
Why
like,
don't you
get
call me?
over here
Get
now,
now.
and then hang up. And then 2
Oh,
seconds.
is that what happens?
I'm thirsty.
Yeah,
Nah.
I think that's what happens. I don't remember
I don't
college
think
that
so.
much.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
Can you be over here?
Just like, what time is it? 10?
I
Call
really
me again at
thought
1.
we had something special
I
at 3 a.m.
I don't have a car, so you need to be over here.
yeah.
You're going to pick me up?
Get that B-cycle, girl.
But I don't want you to stay over at my house, so pick me up.
Yeah,
take
pick
to
me
your
up
house.
and then bring me
Now
home.
bring me home.
Yeah.
No, take me to class in the morning. Be a nice
So,
person.
Can you tell us a little bit about this beer, Blake?
Absolutely. So this is our French-style beer de garde. It's called LeMort Vivant. And I picked this
wow.
beer. This is a 2012 vintage. So if you were to find a can of this on the shelves now, it would not be the same vintage. Beer de garde translated roughly means beer for keeping. When we think about French-style beers, two styles of beers come to mind. And these are a couple, well, one of them's a buzzword right now in the industry. Saison
Yes.
and beer de garde. Those are pretty much the two most prevalent French-style farmhouse ales.
So I've not had a beer de garde. I've had a saison.
Have you ever had Scratchin' Hippo from Adalbert's?
No, I have not.
All right. That's another example of a beer de garde that's brewed here in
Okay.
Texas.
Nice.
It's a style that not a whole lot of breweries do anymore. And this, back in the 1970s, was considered the original hipster beer, believe it or not. It's a style that back in the day, and when I say day, I'm talking like 1700s. I mean, we're talking
We're talking about the
way
day.
Like real
back.
OG.
That's more like
Real OG
That's
shit.
more like back in time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back in time.
back before OG meant original gravity, almost.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Shit got real.
Beer stuffs.
Yeah.
So what's really cool about this beer is it's a style that they would brew in the late winter, the early spring, and then they would let it sit.
Yeah.
So we've all heard the terms ale and lager. Mm-hmm. And being a beer podcast, I'm sure we all know the differences, give or take.
I mean, we're getting there.
In short, ale yeast ferments at a warmer temperature on
Okay.
top of the tank.
Okay.
Lager yeast ferments at a lower temperature at the bottom of the tank.
Nice.
And for a longer period of time.
Nice.
So that's the most basic bare bones
Right.
distinction.
So, can you just give us a little rundown on the ABV?
It has like a tartness to it and
It
fruit
does.
notes.
Lots of fruit.
It does have a lot of fruit. It has a lot of
Yeah.
fruit on the
Lot of
end. I
Yeah.
noticed. And it's super, it feels drinkable to me, which is very dangerous because I can feel that it has maybe a lot of alcohol, right?
Yeah, you're probably sitting about 6.8, 6.5, somewhere around there. So it'll definitely sneak up on you. This is one of my favorite seasonal beers that we've done in the past. It's technically a French ale, but at the same time, it goes through a lagering process. So it's kind of a really cool hybrid style of beer.
Oh, nice.
I'm very impressed with the legs on here. It's amazing.
Yes.
Just
yes.
like wine.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Really
Yeah.
nice lacing in the glass. I am very
Wow.
impressed with how this is held up. Like I said, this is a 2012 bottle. If you go looking for a bottle of this, you're not going to find it.
So how do we buy it?
I feel real
It's right here on the
special
sheet.
right now.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, did you
This
just
is
see it?
the
You didn't see it
only
right here?
bottle.
Yeah.
Seller.
soak in the specialness.
So he's got a
right
really
now.
great palate, but I think he might be a little blind.
so.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
We like
Yeah.
blind people.
He's a little seeing impaired. It's
cool.
fine. It's fine.
So that being said, it's just a really cool style of beer, very historical style. They brew it in
Nice.
the winter, early spring, and let it sit. And the reason they did that is so that in the middle of summer, when it was too hot outside, being here in Texas, we may know something about hot summers.
Yeah.
Right.
Where you can't brew beer. This is in the days before refrigeration. So if you tried to brew a beer, your yeast wouldn't do anything. You'd have all sorts of off flavors and just
So they'd
turn out
have
terrible.
this that have been sitting and waiting for them. And this is the
Exactly.
perfect thing to drink during summer.
Absolutely.
It's delicious.
Yeah. This would make a really good, we've been kind of trying out beer cocktails too.
Oh my goodness.
This would be a
yes.
fantastic base for a beer cocktail.
Yeah, it would.
It
It really
yes, especially something with rye or sazerac in it.
Ooh.
I like the sound of that.
I know.
Sazerac.
Also goes really good with pulled pork.
Sounds like I need a jug and some spoons. Let's get this party started.
Maybe I'm thinking of Zatarans.
Zatarans.
Need some rice and some beer.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Nice.
Ooh,
I like
crawfish.
it.
This was
Ooh,
crawfish.
this would be a
crawfish,
good
y'all.
crawfish
Man.
beer.
Let's get some crawfish,
Heck
y'all.
yeah.
This would be real good.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, that'd be
Slaughter a pig, guys.
absolutely fantastic.
Does anybody have a pig?
You guys got any swine out there? No,
Now, is
no.
this gluten free? I just wanted to know.
No.
I doubt
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Low gluten, but definitely not gluten free.
I fucking hope not.
I've made
No,
it
it
a
has
life
flavor.
mission.
Ergo, it has
Do you
gluten.
guys make a gluten-free beer?
Okay.
No, we
God
sure
bless
don't.
you.
Thank you.
I'm so glad. I love Lauren so much, my sweet cousin that has been on this podcast. She lives in Austin, of course. And I went over there one day, and she was like, "Oh, I have this delicious gluten-free beer," and I was like, "I'm not drinking your shit."
Probably
okay,
called
that is
cider.
shit.
It was not delicious.
wasn't-
I had some gluten-free beer just because I was tasting it.
Yeah.
When my sister-in-law was hyper into CrossFit and the whole
Oh, yeah.
the
Yeah.
whole thing. It was really annoying. She's out
The
of
whole
that now.
cult?
Yeah.
She saw the light.
Yeah.
She saw the light.
She went
She's
back
back,
to
on the
gluten.
normal side.
Thank God.
But she had a gluten-free beer, and I was like, yeah. I mean, I could if this was all I had to drink.
Yeah.
I could, but yeah.
But yeah.
I will say this about in the defense of gluten-free beers,
Yeah.
and this is a half-hearted defense. There is a new brewery up on the north side of a town north on 35 from here that's now doing one that has some tamarind in it.
Oh.
And it's, I believe, tamarind and sorghum. And it's a drinkable gluten-free beer.
No
Drinkable.
shit.
Nice.
Means I might have one.
Nice.
Taste. I mean,
You can actually get it down your throat. That's
Oh,
good.
I mean,
That's nice.
Very
you
important.
know.
What I forgot what beer was that was just like the most drinkable beer, voted the most drinkable. Like that was their whole thing.
Well, Bombshell Blonde's obviously the best
Obviously.
beer.
Well, yeah, the best beer.
Obviously.
But they always
I'm gonna
not-
assume it's probably some kind of light
Yeah, it was, but it was
Bud Light or natural
something
light
like
or
that.
like yeah.
That always freaked me out. I was like, this is not the best tasting.
No,
or
no, it just like it tastes so much
drinkable.
like it tastes so much like water that you can drink the shit out of it.
It's
Yeah.
like
And-
it's
all
super
day long.
liquidy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You know how
30
wet this
degrees,
beer
anything.
is?
Yeah, you know what this beer
Like
is?
ice water.
Well, that sounds like a porn.
The hottest, wettest
Yeah.
beer in Texas.
Ooh,
None of it.
I feel
Water.
like all of you savored your beer, and I was just like, this is good. I'm gonna drink it all.
no, I look.
Oh, there you go.
I always every tasting. I noticed this too. I always drink all mine really fast, and Brandy's like, this is so good.
Well, because I'm the bitch like that would have candy with my friends.
Yeah.
And they just all eat theirs, and I'd just be nibbling on it because my stepmom taught
savoring
me that.
it. She's
she was like,
savoring
no,
it,
just
yeah.
nibble on it. So then everybody finishes, and they just stare at you while you eat
While
your
you
candy.
while you nibble like a little mouse.
Yep.
with
It's
your
like,
candy. I
this
like
is
it.
good. And then they'll offer you money for your leftover candy.
All I'm thinking is
Gee.
like, oh shit, there's free beer right here. I better drink it before somebody else does.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sure the same goes for black tar heroin.
Oh yeah.
I
right?
don't like to share, so
No.
I do it alone.
Okay, all right.
Usually alone.
Do that alone in
Yeah,
a
yeah,
closet.
yeah, yeah.
Give the kids some Benadryl, and then it's time
Yeah.
for my heroin.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
It's a
see,
good
that's
way to
sweet.
do it.
I'm responsible.
I mix it.
I'm very responsible.
And it's
Yeah.
caring.
Yes.
Because then they don't see you do it.
They don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So there's no
exactly.
permanent scarring.
Yeah.
Exactly,
They
and
have
that's
a lot
why.
of sleepovers at other houses, don't they?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
of course between the toes, so nobody knows.
And then they're like, it's super weird that your dad doesn't do heroin.
Yeah.
What? That's weird.
You know how calm he is? Like he lets me do whatever I want.
That's
And
Yeah.
totally weird.
It's a good dad.
He's
Yeah.
just sleepy.
Yeah.
See, they like you now, but when you send them off to boarding school,
That's true.
That sounds expensive. Maybe
That
adoption
sounds
first.
awesome.
but-
What? I need to find a local one.
a local boarding
local boarding
school. They're
school.
just in the city,
Yeah.
like, living somewhere
Yeah,
else.
like I love them a lot. I want to still see them, but it'd be super awesome if I didn't have to like feed them on a regular schedule.
It's just a
You know what I
Motel
mean?
6 and some lady teaches them
Yeah.
there.
Like, yeah, exactly. It's like it's a
an
Motel
overnight
6
daycare.
with like a month's supply of Hot Pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Because they can use the microwave. They're old enough now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's nothing worse than being like, Mommy, I'm hungry. And I'm like, oh, fuck, you have to eat again?
Yeah.
See, here's
Yeah.
the trick.
Yeah.
When your 3-year-old's hungry,
Yeah.
you just put grapes, hot dogs, and
Yeah.
watermelon on the bottom
Yeah.
of the refrigerator.
And then they can just grab it
There
themselves.
you go. And you give them
Yeah.
one bowl, and you say, when this bowl is done, you can get more. And
Yeah.
they just go and do it themselves
Yeah,
all day.
yeah. My kids have gotten super proactive. Well, my little one, she's 6, but she's super bossy.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, she'll just be like, it's lunchtime, so we're hungry. And she'll go make her brother a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
There you go.
Yeah, and she's like serving him peanut butter and jelly with like, and I'm like,
Nice.
fuck, I didn't even have to get off the couch.
I know.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. Yeah.
Oh, wow. We started saying the same thing now.
Nice.
I think it's time to end
Rating
this
is nice.
whole
Oh, okay.
podcast. Okay.
Okay, so real fast, let's get some contestants for our game because when we come back, we're going to need them.
Yes.
So if there's anybody in the audience that's still listening,
Take your shirts off. It's
we
time.
need.
No.
So you guys, the good news is that the game is not going to happen right now. Okay. So no, come back, come back. So we're going to take a short break in just a minute, and when we come back in a little bit, we're going to have you come back up. because this is like a project.
all of it.
Okay?
We actually have a game. It's called
not.
A Southern
So,
Star is Born.
The game is called A Southern Star is Born because we have Southern Star Brewing here tonight. You're going to blindly pick a song out of this bag. Then you're going to take it back to your table. You're going to rewrite the lyrics to make them about beer.
And you can rewrite
Okay.
as little or as much as
you want to.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, you can come over here and
Then-
go beer, 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 beer,
Beer, beer, beer, beer, beer, beer, beer, beer, beer, beer, beer,
Meow
beer,
mix
beer,
is your
beer,
song.
beer, 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 beer. Catherine's the sexiest person that ever lived. Winner.
I think we just made your new
Okay, so
commercial.
then you're going to take it over there.
Have you
And then
seen
when
the
you come
Southern Star
back, you're going to sing
commercials?
it for the crowd. And the winner is going to win some She's Crafty swag. You're
have
singing.
Google.
Well, you
We
can
can
rap
look 'em up.
it. You can. You could.
Is this because he's black? Okay, all right.
You can sign language it. You can poetry slam it if you want to. You could. What else? What?
Nothing good. Continue.
Who's racist? I think
Opera
it's you.
style.
It's not
Not
me.
at all.
Opera style, maybe.
Not at all.
Opera. What
Opera.
else? Jazz.
You could be a total yag and do some
I'm
Luke
sorry,
Bryan
I'm sorry.
song.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Are we ready? Ladies first. Let's see. What's your name?
It's Kaylee.
Hey, Kaylee. Hey, girl. Let's tell us which song you've got.
All About That Bass by Megan Trainor.
All right. Yeah.
Man.
I'm gonna give you guys the lyrics in just a second. Who's next?
Bum 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 bum. Beer 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 beer
Got that
beer
in your
beer
head?
beer 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 beer
Hotline bling. Hotline bling.
Oh, that was a radio.
Okay, your
voice.
turn. Good sir.
Good sir.
What's your name? I'm sorry. What's your name?
Poe.
Your name is Poe.
Like the badass singer from the 90s.
Johnny, angry Johnny. Okay. What's your name?
I love her.
I was already announced. Do I have to say that again? Okay, no, I'm Paul.
Follow the rules, Paul.
Paul doesn't
Sorry,
have
I'm
labels.
sorry.
Okay.
Paul
I
is
don't have
labelless.
labels. I'm gonna have to sing hello.
Adele.
Hello. It's me.
Dun dun meow meow meow.
stalking you.
Beer 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 beer.
I'm stalking you, but it's okay because I've won a Grammy.
Won $100,000 for that song.
beer beer beer.
Okay, so I'm gonna pass out the lyrics real fast.
I feel like you're so scatterbrained today. Is it because we're missing the Oscars?
It's because we're missing the Oscars, and because
think
I
so.
drank these 2 bits of beer, and I didn't really eat very much today, and I'm a lightweight,
And I think it's because you have an extra large zipper on your shirt.
and I have an extra cartoony size zipper on my
Yeah,
shirt.
wow, that's
today.
big.
which I totally dig.
Thank you.
I do.
appreciate it.
But I have this overwhelming urge to just unzip her
Yeah.
shirt.
Don't.
It's a huge zipper.
You'll be sadly disappointed because I'm a mother. So you can do it, but we'll probably lose some people on the outside.
Maybe there's some old milk.
For those of you who don't know,
Some old milk.
it's about a 7-inch zipper.
Yeah, it's a big fucking zipper, right?
A 7-inch zipper.
I tell you why, because I know that I'm gonna drink a lot tonight. So when I get home, it's gonna
Easy
be really
access.
fucking easy to put my pajamas on. You know what I
Easy
mean?
access
I like
for
how you-
yourself.
Yeah. That is truly married when you're just like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm going to go and get
Yeah.
undressed and get
No, I'm not
right
even.
into my pajamas.
I'm not even married. That's just what I do.
Oh, there you go.
I will fall asleep to the Netflix search menu.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be great.
So tell us about who else is here with us today, Catherine.
So we're so excited because we have Claudine Meinhardt here, our musical guest, and she's going to play us into break. If you want to come up for just a minute, let us know what you're going to play, where we can find you online.
I'm Claudine Meinhardt. I'm here from San Antonio, singer-songwriter. I have a website, www.claudinemeinhardt.com, and I'm all over Facebook and social media. So I'll be playing a couple songs from my new EP I recorded at Treehouse Productions in Austin, Dirt Road Lullaby, and Your Chain of Fools. So.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. I've been down on this road so long. Rain is really coming down. I forgot where the journey began as I pass another town. My soul feels gritty like this dirt windshield glass. All the county lines and miles that I rode on past. As I drive moonlit skies, we never said goodbyes. Just you and I and this dirt road lullaby. as I drive along this gravel path. Middle of nowhere, rolling grass. I don't think you know what friend you've become. I can hear the sound of the wind and gentle hum as I drive the moonlit skies. We never said goodbyes, just you and I and this dirt road lullaby. Myself feels gritty like this dirt windshield glass. All the county lines and miles that I rolled on past. As I drive the moonlit skies, we never said goodbyes. Just you and I and this dirt road lullaby. Just you and I and this dirt road lullaby.
All right. Here's one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sometimes we feel really tech stupid. Or maybe we just drink too much. But it's difficult to drink a beer and create amazing graphics for the She's Crafty podcast. It's really hard to figure out our new smartphones and still consume our favorite IPAs. So when we need help, we turn to Willie D at RGD Designs. RGD Designs is our favorite resource for just about everything from graphics to tech tutorials and reviews. Check out his YouTube channel before you dive into your next technological device. Go to his website at rgddesigns.com to see examples of his awesome graphic design work. Don't put down that beer. Just leave it up to Willie D at RGD Designs. You can find Willie D on YouTube and at his website, rgddesigns.com. It's time for Beer News.
Hey there, folks. Time for your brew news with the Brewed Dude. I have 2 topics for you this week, and I'm just going to jump right into it. On the local scene, the Houston craft brewery St. Arnold put out their Divine Reserve beer. This is the 16th version within the series. Clocks in at 10% alcohol by volume, and this one is an Atom beer, which is a classical German-style brew that's actually pretty rare these days. I tried it last night. It was pretty wicked. I suggest that you go find it and give it a shot. Also, from out in Scotland, we all know the famous craft brewery Brewdog. They are popular because they have the show on the Esquire channel named after themselves. They just did something pretty wacky, pretty crazy. They put all the recipes of all their beers online. So if you go on their website, there's a PDF file with all the recipes of every beer that they've made. That is unheard of in the craft beer world. I know that I have it, and I'm going to try to home brew me some Punk IPA. See how that turns out. Okay, that's your 2 topics for the week. That's your brew news with the Brewed Dude. Once again, my name is Ryan Mader, and you can find me at thebreweddude.com. Back to you, ladies. Cheers to the beers. Boom.
Hey, if you need a place to play for South by, I may be sponsoring a showcase.
Oh, nice.
All right, we'll talk after the show.
Cool. When might that be potentially ironed out?
Okay, so it is official.
Yeah?
We got 4 days of live music coming up. South by Southwest. I guess it's a relatively small festival that nobody's ever heard of.
Yeah, just a little thing.
There's some pretty awesome live music going on out there. We will be over at Styles Switch on North Lamar in Austin. The music will be, I believe, Wednesday through Saturday. I want to say it starts about 1 o'clock. One small note about Styles. Outside the fact they serve some of the best beer in Texas, I mean, Bombshell and Buried Hatchet from Southern Star Brewing.
Yes.
Nice.
Hello.
They were also listed on Texas Monthly as one of the top 20 barbecue joints in the state of Texas. I recommend Fridays. They're not paying me to say this, but they've got the notorious RIB, which is a 1-pound beef rib smothered in queso. Not to mention live music all day and specials on Bombshell. So we're looking forward to it.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
Nice.
Travel up to some South by, Catherine?
Yeah, hells yeah.
Hells yeah.
Fuck yeah, y'all.
She's Crafty Podcast Road Trip.
Heyo! Buried Hatchet.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. So I had not had that until the same night when I was at Cured. And supposedly that's the chef's favorite. is what we were told.
It's also Aaron Franklin at Franklin's Barbecue in Austin, one of his favorite beers.
Oh,
Catherine,
nice.
you would love
Really?
that beer.
Oh my
that
God.
was
Let's get on
really,
that.
really good. Yeah,
Awesome.
that was amazing.
Maze balls.
Amazing balls.
Oh, it's there's a reason it's rated 98 and won Best Dark Ale at the
Really?
International
Oh,
Festival.
shit.
This is 98 out of 100.
Yes, 98 out of 100.
It was actually 98 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah. It got serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, they have records, and we just blow them out of the water. It happens. It's okay.
It happens. It's no big deal. People hate them for it, but you know.
Hatchet is actually
Kate's
the
gonna
reason
hate
that
y'all.
I do work for Southern Star.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Oh, that's all coming together now.
that's
Blake works for
crazy.
Southern Star. Oh, I just
yeah.
thought you were a big fan.
You know that happens every now and then.
You know what you have is a very impressive beard, sir.
Well, thank you.
You do.
Really, like,
I would
for
like to
real.
grow a beard like that, but then I
Right?
can't get on planes. So
Yeah. Let me tell you, because my brother grows a pretty impressive beard. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not
Just
gonna fly with him
yeah.
because
Yeah.
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 Matt does look like
He
sometimes
looks
he's about to
like-
bomb
It
somebody.
depends on
Yeah.
like how well groomed he is, but
Yeah.
there's at points where people are like,
doesn't
We thought we
matter.
were
Do we
being
need to
smart
frisk
putting
you?
bombshells in his hand.
yeah.
yeah,
They're just like, what is that?
And the more friendly I am, the more suspicious they
yes,
get.
of course,
Hey, friend.
yeah,
That's it. Get over here.
yeah. He's like, let's have I just want to hug everybody.
Yeah. Oh man.
Let's all give hugs.
So I know that we talked to you, Blake, about giving us some beer education.
Yes.
And
yes.
Some Beerducation.
You were the first person that said, I said, okay, do you want to talk about maybe some things you could do? And you were like, no, I got this. And so I'm excited because
we have no idea what's going to happen.
No, I'm so excited because he's about to lay it down.
Lay it down. Lay it down, man.
What, you want to learn something?
Yes, I do.
All right, so I've already given a few teasers about Bearded Guard style.
Okay.
And I'm just going to go into, I can't say a full history because that's the great thing about a beer like a Bearded Guard is the history goes back so many hundreds of years that honestly nobody knows the full history. So there's a lot out there to interpretation. Bearded Guard styles that you see on the shelves nowadays are going to be interpretations of, what was.
Yeah.
And unlike its more famous brother, the Saison, Bearded Guards are a style that not a lot of people know about. And it's a style that's near and dear to my heart. I know that's cliche, but I don't care. It's a damn good beer.
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
Yeah, it's delicious.
I'd put this beer inside of me.
Would you?
Yeah.
Would you?
Oh my God, you're such a
That's what-
slut.
He needs another glass of it. I mean, he's already got one in.
Yeah.
Isn't that what the frat guys were doing and they got in trouble and kicked off campus because they were like butt bombing beers?
Were they?
Yeah.
You can only do one of those. If you do two, you can die.
How do you do
I've
that?
heard.
How do you,
I've heard.
But how do you do that? You use a funnel or what?
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I don't know.
You get your friend to spit it in. Never mind.
It's
But
like
thank
siphoning
goodness,
gas.
I say thank goodness it was shitty beer because if they did that with some good beer, I think things
They'd
would
be
have not
dead.
turned out as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you got alcohol content.
Yeah.
It just, that would not be
We should
pleasant.
start a PSA. Do not butt bomb craft beer.
Yeah. Anything else is fine.
Yeah.
Just don't, not the craft
Bong
beer.
anything else in
We
your
don't
butt,
care.
but not that.
Don't, yeah.
I mean, thankfully, I think most craft beer is priced outside the college kid.
Yeah.
Probably.
The chugging budget. Let's
Yeah.
put it that
Thank
way.
goodness.
Well, depending on what college, if daddy has money.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
true.
But, I like to think that folks head off to college to get sense, as in the sense to know that I'm not going to chug this beer that costs
They have
me
no
$8 a
sense.
six pack.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell my daughter, she's 14, every day, you're going to be a complete idiot till you're 25.
Get ready.
And not just you.
everybody. Yeah.
And I want to know about all your wrong choices. Just tell me.
Tell me.
Yep. So, anyways, Bearded Guard means beer for keeping, as I stated earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beer that was brewed into winter, early spring, a little bit higher alcohol. A couple of different ways that you could brew a Bearded Guard. Some brewers, they use lager yeasts, and some brewers, they used ale yeasts. The region of France that it's from, the northern part, it was a region that every time the Germans decided they wanted to get to the Atlantic Ocean, they marched through and they would repurpose the brewing equipment in most of these French breweries, which was very unfortunate for them, which also meant that recipes went down the drain or up in smoke. It's an interesting region of France. It's had a lot of issues with long-standing breweries. A lot of recipes get lost. It's originally brewed as a farmhouse style. You had a lot of folks that They were agricultural workers, and they needed beer.
Yeah.
A lot of times the water back then wasn't always safe to drink, so you needed something that...
I've heard that, yeah.
Beer goes through a
Beer
boiling
saved the
process.
world.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's, especially down in Mexico, we say it comically, drink the beer, it's safer than the water, but in all actuality, this is a true thing that happened several hundred years ago.
Yeah.
So the French brewers, they would do about 2 different styles. Typically, you had saison, which essentially means season. So they'd brew about three of those a year. You'd have your spring, your fall, and your winter. Bringing back that summer it was too hot to brew, the yeast wouldn't work. And you had your bière de garde, which you would brew late winter, early spring, and you drink that during the summer. Similar styles are going to be your like your German alt beer.
Mm-hmm.
And what's really cool about bière de garde, and I'm just going to go on one tangent, and some of the uber beer nerds out there can correct me all they want. That's fine, because there's a lot of different breweries that do it a lot of different ways.
You're on the right podcast to be corrected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So ale yeast, so shorter fermentation, a little bit warmer temperature, and then it goes through a lagering process. So it'll just sit in the cooler at 35 degrees or so as it ferments for an additional 4 to 6 weeks, something like that. Some breweries a little bit longer. Thanks to the wonderful thing that is refrigeration, we can do that consistently now and come up with a relatively consistent flavor. A lot of French hops, a lot of French malts. One of the great things when they were brewing this back in the 1700s is it was harvest time. So you had the freshest hops and you had the freshest malts. So this was a very fresh beer. It's a style that's brewed where the hop presence is almost non-existent. It's just there to help preserve the beer, and that's the original reason of hops. Here's some beer knowledge for you.
Yeah.
The original Reinheitsgebot, well, now we know the Reinheitsgebot contains four crucial ingredients.
We all know that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What is it? Can you let's take one step back?
Yeah.
Just one step back.
Just for the people who don't know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I feel like any Heights robot would have that's what you said, right? Heights robot?
Is that a Heights robot?
Okay.
It's like one of those wolf dolls?
German purity law.
No.
German purity law. Of,
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we were talking about the 4 ingredients.
Randy's like,
wait.
yes.
No,
yes.
no. This
What
was
are you
on our
talking
branch
about?
line. Are we talking about water, yeast, hops, and grain?
We are.
Laying
Bitch
it
is
down.
paying attention. Yeah, I like it.
I actually listened to the Branchline podcast.
Did you?
Well, most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at some
You
point, the
listen
beer
to all
took
of it.
over.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
It's amazing
Dear
how that
Lord.
happens.
Mm.
All right, so y'all discussed the 4 well-known
Yes.
Right.
portions of the Reinheitsgebot. So the original, when it
just
was
wanted to see
signed into German law, only contained 3.
Oh.
No water?
Dun, dun, dun.
No water.
Cliffhanger.
No beer. What?
So, any guesses of the 4 ingredients, which one was not
Hops.
incorrect?
Yeast. Grain.
Yeast, grain.
Water.
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 Water, yeast, grain, or hops?
No water in this beer. None. None whatsoever.
Wait,
This is a
grain?
mead now. No, it was actually yeast.
Oh.
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 Evidently back in...
I said that, though. I said it twice.
No, you're absolutely
know.
correct on your second guess.
Oh, okay, good.
Second guesses don't count, Catherine.
No, well, whatever.
Close only counts in
And
horseshoes
it
and
counts
hand
if you're
grenades.
looking at a pregnancy test. Right?
So anyways, back in the 1500s, they didn't know what yeast did. They didn't know anything about it. They didn't have fancy
Idiots.
labs like we do today.
Yeah.
But they learned, and then they adapted, and here we are today.
Nice.
Anyways, so you had the 4 ingredients. You had the uber fresh malts, the uber fresh hops. It was just a nice beer. It's set up for keeping. Traditionally brewed a little bit higher alcohol, which also helps preserve the beer. And I mean, as y'all have been able to tell this evening, I don't think any of us have any left in our glasses.
No.
It's a
I was been
great
waiting for that the whole
drinking
time.
beer.
It was real good.
It's so good, but just so you know, even if it wasn't that good, we still probably wouldn't have very much left in our glasses. But lucky for you, it was delicious. Yeah.
No.
You won't drink a shitty beer anymore?
No, I will. I feel like when we do podcasts, there's enough prevalence of some options.
Right.
I've left some stuff in my glass.
Have you?
Yeah.
I never leave anything in that fucking
I have.
glass. Yeah.
I have. Yeah.
I'm like, this tastes like day old milk.
But it wasn't because it was. I don't think it was because it was shitty.
It just wasn't. It didn't.
It wasn't.
It didn't appeal to your palate.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Didn't have that
Now we
palate
know
appeal.
we've reached a new level in this podcast.
It didn't appeal to my palate.
Because
I never thought I would say that.
Everything appeals to my palate.
Yeah.
I don't give two shits.
Yeah,
I'll drink
just
anything.
like Brandi, you need
Is
to
there
get control
alcohol
of
in
yourself
here?
because if it
I
doesn't
like
appeal
it.
to your palate, you're being a fucking snob. Okay.
Have y'all had anybody on the podcast talk about the evolution of the palate of a craft beer drinker?
No.
Ah. Man, oh man.
What
All
is
right.
the evolution of the palate?
Yeah, that
Evolution.
all
I like
palates
that.
started as monkeys.
They don't allow you to teach about the evolution of the palate in Texas.
Yeah. They don't teach that in school. Remember?
Come on.
Yeah.
Trying to rewrite history books over here.
So what
One
happened was
podcast at
the
a time.
palate and dinosaurs walked together.
I don't like this. I believe in Jesus.
yeah.
Your palate spontaneously combusted.
And then I don't believe that for 1 minute. That's
Explosions in
not true.
bacteria.
Not happening.
I mean, we are talking about
The palate
one of
is
the most
flat.
awesome
It is
things
not
that
round.
bacteria does is create beer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if any head brewer ever tells you that they created a beer, tell them they're lying.
Ooh.
Them's is fighting words, I know.
Yeah.
If any
Bring
brewer
it.
ever tells you that they created a beer, tell them they're lying.
And I'm going to tell him Blake said.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tell
I
them that
don't
they
know.
created the wort or glorified sugar water. It's the yeast that does all the hard work.
Oh. Wow.
Like me.
I'm going to be jobless
Yes.
tomorrow.
Like Brandi does all the hard work.
I meant in my marriage, not in our relationship.
Right. Oh, okay. I was like, well, do you want to talk about this now or later?
I mean, because we can fucking
You
get
want to
into
fucking
it.
talk about this now? We can talk about it now, Brandi.
We can talk about it now.
You want to get into the specifics?
I thought everything was fine. We got a Hootsuite.
You told me you loved me. You said I was your fucking soul sister. We get in front of a mic, and then we find out what's really happening.
But she took you to the Hoot Suite.
So she took me to the hoot suite.
I took you to the Hootsuite.
But it's hourly, so that doesn't count.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like it's funny to learn about this and the saison and to learn about French beers and then like champagne, and it all kind of like has a resemblance to each other.
Yes, absolutely. And one of the first commercially available beer de gardes was actually caged in cork, much like a champagne. Very similar region of France. And there was a reason for it. The French are very innovative. And
rude.
Are they?
all of them.
Oh, shit.
I want to apologize to France. I know
Sorry.
all you French
Sorry,
listeners.
France.
Yeah, I'm sorry, France.
Sorry, France. I love your fries.
We have a lot of French listeners.
Yeah,
You said
that's
Canada, so yeah.
I
you
love
do.
your fries and
That's
toast.
the same thing.
Yep, pretty much.
Sorry. Peace. Peace and
Oh
love.
my God. So sorry, sir.
Francois.
Keep sending the beer over, please.
Just kidding. Oh,
I'm not worried about the wine. I just want the French
just
beer.
want the beer.
We are cutting off all the beer trade to America because of the
Is that the voice you use with
Yes.
Colby? Like,
Yes.
is that the After Dark?
Because he was the best lover
Oh.
that I ever had.
Do you guys eat Colby Jack?
And no, we have French cheese.
No?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I just, because his name's Colby Jack. Get it?
Yes.
Boom.
No, because
No, we got that part.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just checking. 'cause
no,
sometimes
we
people
cannot
don't-
eat the Gobi Jack because I had a lover named Jack and it makes him jealous. Yes.
Oh, I see. It's
So
like
I call him.
That
He
would
doesn't
be like
know.
a menage a trois.
No, he does not know what I'm saying. He's like
Oh.
Kobe Jack. Make up your
Oh,
minds.
okay,
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking. I'm sorry, sir.
Back to you, Blake.
Don't apologize. I'm sitting here laughing harder than y'all are. I need some more beer. Yeah.
Welcome to the
Yes.
She's Crafty podcast, where nothing makes sense.
No. So, do we think we have given our contestants enough time?
Contestants, do you feel like you've had enough time to rewrite these? Well, one of them's not even fucking here anymore.
Oh,
he
great.
fucking left. He
Hotline
was like, fuck
bling.
this shit.
Hotline blinged out.
Fuck this shit. He's choreographing. Whoa.
He's
I
actually
can't
doing
wait.
a dance routine.
I
Nice.
don't know. I hope he comes back. Well, we can't.
If he
We
doesn't,
really
I'm eating
can't do
those
it until he
wings.
comes back. So.
All right. Well, I guess that commercial.
So
break
what
isn't
else can
gonna
we do?
happen. That's all right. No, that's good. We can keep talking about the French
Yeah,
beers.
let's keep talking
Can we,
about the
can we
beer.
try the
beer-
try it again?
Oh yeah. Let's do that.
Oh,
Let's,
okay.
Okay. So,
That's a
somebody
good
talk
idea.
as filler so I can pour the beer.
Oh, yeah.
right.
So, we're
Ooh.
looking for some different tastes that maybe we
Right,
weren't
because it's warmed up a little bit.
tasting earlier.
It looks a little browner.
It looks more brown.
A little darker.
It's okay.
It's like an amber color. Every time I say amber, I think of that.
That amber?
I think of that thing in Jurassic Park where they put the mosquito.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of things that you're going to see in this beer. As you correctly pointed out, it is a little bit darker. It is a little bit cloudier.
Really?
I mean, we are at the bottom of the...
Oh, shit. I thought you were just saying shit.
No. I thought you were full of
That really
crap.
happens.
So what
I
happens?
was like, you're so funny, Joshua.
It's like, all
So
right.
all of our
Alright,
beer
whatever.
is unfiltered, unpasteurized, all that good stuff. Which means that over time, and since we are drinking a 2012 LeMort Vivant French-style Beer de Garde from Southern Star Brewing Company, some of the sediment's going to end up in the bottom of the bottle. So when you get to the very bottom of the bottle, you're going to have some little floaties. They're not going to hurt you.
Oh.
I feel like
Vitamins,
that
minerals, tasty
that
things.
tart is
It's
more
more
prominent.
prevalent, yeah.
It's definitely got a little bit more prominent tart.
Is it grapefruit that I'm tasting? What is that? That kind of like...
It's going to be a development of the hops.
Okay.
Even though the hop profile in this beer is going to be almost non-existent. And you've got a couple of things in hops, and I'm just gonna go hop science for a minute.
Let's do it.
And y'all
It's going to get hoppy.
Let's get happy, man.
Yep.
If you're hoppy and you know it,
Hop around.
drink your beer.
Drink your beer. If you're
Exactly.
happy and you know it.
I love the tantalizing texture.
Notice how the lacing's increased too.
Someone's practicing for his Broadway
Nice.
debut.
Yeah. Or his Dr. Seuss book.
Yeah.
There you go.
So you have two main acids in hops. You've got the alpha acid and the beta acid. Or no, not acids. I'm sorry, the oils. And essentially, it's the alpha content of the hops that gives the beer its big bitter notes when you're brewing. So you're going to throw in your bittering hops at the beginning of the boil, and then your high beta acid or your high beta hops are going to do a lot of the aroma. So you're going to throw them in the last little bit.
Nice.
French style beer de garde, you're going to throw the hops in you're going to do some bittering hops right at the start of the boil, about 60 minutes, about 90 minutes or so. Beer de gardes are traditionally boiled a little bit longer. We just got another cool beer.
The beer just keeps coming, guys.
Don't
good
say what the
beer.
beer.
Don't give it away.
We're going
Don't
to
give
call
it
this the
away.
Fight
right.
Club beer. We're not going to talk about it until
Fight
we all
Club
have it in
beer.
front of
All
us.
right,
And
all
then
right.
I'm going to tell the really cool story behind this beer.
Nice.
And
I
how
was
y'all-
very excited to find this beer whenever this because this isn't the first round of this
is
beer, right?
This is the third iteration of this beer that's
Okay.
being poured. But this iteration's a little bit different than the previous two.
Okay, because I didn't have the previous two. I just had this one.
So I almost brought the previous one to this. But I decided that the 2012 was a little bit more special than the 2014 of this beer that's being poured. And I
Okay.
really hope our audience is just like losing their everything right now.
Look at them. They are losing their motherfucking minds right now. This entire audience. They're freaking out. They're freaking out. You
And
guys
then-
can't see it, but it's true.
And I'm going to tell y'all some cool places to find not only this beer, but the previous iteration that I did not bring with me this
Okay.
evening.
Nice.
And y'all don't let me forget to talk about our brand new tap room that just opened
Of
up like
course.
48 hours ago.
Nice.
On Friday night, is that
Yeah,
correct?
Friday at 5 o'clock, open for the first time ever.
Josh was
Eventually,
like,
I need to
let's
finish
just go ahead and
my,
kill this can.
Okay.
This
Let
doesn't
me
make
finish talking
sense.
about hops.
Does
and then
not
I'll,
make sense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. Not trying to cut you off.
No.
Talking to myself here.
No.
All right, so your alpha hops are going to, or your high alpha hops give the bitterness. Your high beta hops give the aroma. And over time, what they found, and they're doing a couple studies where you have the high alpha hops drop off, which is why you really only want to drink fresh IPAs. If you see IPA on the shelf
Nice.
that was bottled, I'd say y'all are gonna kick me off the show for saying I'm a beer snob. But
No. Oh, no.
No, bring it on. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
So just as long as you don't treat us bad, we're
yeah,
fine.
yeah. No, I
You
brought
can
y'all
be
good
a snob,
beer.
just don't act snobby.
I like it. I'm not from Dallas. It's okay.
Oh, shit.
Suck it, Dallas. Girl. Sorry.
Where's the Go Spurs go?
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Tacos
did
are
my
delicious.
Rockets beat your Spurs? I didn't see. I don't know. I actually have no idea.
No, they didn't.
No, we won by like 10 or
Yeah.
12 or
Oh,
something
wait,
like
you're
that.
from Houston?
I am.
Oh, shit, y'all. I grew up in Katy.
I'm
Which
sorry.
is like a hop and a skip. Yeah, me
you know
too.
You know what's funny though?
Yeah.
As most Spurs fans would be like, no, I like Rockets and I like
doesn't know
Dallas
labels.
Mavericks too.
Yeah.
They're cool. But every Dallas Maverick fan or Houston Rocket fan, they're like, fuck the Spurs. And I understand that. I understand
the
that.
Spurs. I can't stand the Mavs, but I like the Spurs. I think they're the second best team in the NBA.
Oh.
I mean, we got the second best record, but we all know who, we're the. Anyway, continue with the beer.
Yeah.
So I don't
So
know
anyway,
if this is a right term to say, and I won't say what it is yet, but I feel like this beer is like super boozy. Is that like, can I
I have not.
say that?
Okay, so I'm just gonna say I haven't even tried it yet, but I can smell.
You can.
Like a liqueur.
A very licorice scent. Yes, when I am, which tips me off that this is going to be very warm in my chest.
Yeah.
It's a liqueur.
Put like a padlock on the zipper.
Really?
It's going to be a big padlock. It's a big zipper.
I think you can turn your necklace into a padlock. We can work on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Anyways,
now I know,
but yes,
guys. I'm
no,
not going to
it's
wear this
very
shirt again.
warming, very warming beer. It spent some very quality time in some high quality American oak.
You know what? It's very like you can taste that it has a lot of liquor in it, but it's not heavy.
No, it's not, and there's a reason behind that too.
So does this come from barrels? Like,
It's
where
a
does
step
that
in the process?
Okay, so where does that the booziness come from?
All right.
Like if somebody made us a drink, not beer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm sure half of our audience has figured out that we are drinking the 2015 Southern Star Black Crack.
Black crack, y'all.
Aptly named because it is addicting.
Oh.
So we release this beer about every 18 months or so. A lot of people are under the impression that it's a yearly release. That's just happened to be how the Gregorian calendar fell, and it was a January of 14, a January of 13, a June of 14, and then a December of 15. So it's pretty much perfect so we could have 3 consecutive calendar years, but it really doesn't release every 12 months or so.
Get this, guys. Only 35 calories. Amazing.
What?
Oh, that's per sip. That's per
Drinking
sip.
this shit all day. Oh, okay.
Per sip.
Okay. I can really taste a lot of like chocolate, maybe.
A lot
I
of
can
chocolate,
taste
some
coffee. Yeah.
A lot of bourbon warmth.
Yes. It is delicious.
So where this differs from a lot of other bourbon barrel-aged beers on the market is that we did not want bourbon that was made like a beer. And we didn't want our beer to taste like straight bourbon. We wanted all the proper effects of bourbon, the tobacco, the vanilla, the oak, the warmth, the alcohol, all the shoe leather or boot leather, We wanted all those
you never really think of
aspects,
that.
But we didn't want it to be kick you in the teeth, Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, something like that. So the barrels that this was aged in are actually the uber high-end Garrison Brother barrels. Garrison Brothers out of High, Texas.
Nice.
If you're to buy the bourbon that's set in these barrels, and I'll go through... Okay, let me start square one with the process. We took our 98 rated Buried Hatchet that you still need to try.
Right.
Yes.
And we put it in Garrison Brother barrels for almost a year.
That's where this was birthed from?
Yeah.
I had no clue. Oh, wow.
Interesting.
So we did that, and then we let it sit for a little bit, and then because this is in barrels almost a year, and then we packaged this back in November, and then we released it middle of December. There's still a handful of cans around town. You can buy it here at the Hoppy Monk.
Oh. Nice.
If you are listening to this podcast pretty quickly after we air it, or if you're one of the early adopters of technology and you're watching us on Periscope,
Nice.
you can currently find it at The Grackle on East 6th Street in Austin, Texas.
Ah, nice.
You can find it at Craft Pride, as it was their special tapping for their 3rd anniversary
I saw
They just
that.
just
had, right?
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yep. He'll have it for a few more days, depending on demand. But since this is such a highly audience participatory podcast, it'll probably be gone tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
Coming
There's
up,
going to be like a huge surge on this beer. In the next
it.
Yeah,
I like it. Let's run the market.
Bring it. Bring it.
And I have 2 more kegs of this, but the 2014 version
right now.
I wish that. I wish.
No, okay.
I wish. 2 more 2014 kegs that'll be popping up in Austin the week
For
of
South by? Nice.
Oh my gosh, we got to get there, man.
So what are the dates on that?
So the dates that it's going to be the Friday and the Saturday South by, the music portion. They will both be at Whole Foods. And if you want more details, go to southernstarbrewing.com and sign up for our newsletter.
Okay.
Also watch the event page because I think I may have cheated and put it up already.
All right. We'll make sure to share those links in our show notes.
Whole Foods selling that black crack.
Doing it.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like this is a Nick Offerman beer. Y'all who know who Nick Nick is?
Nope.
Okay, Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec.
I like where you're going with this.
Yeah?
And I've got New Year's Eve, 2015. I know it was a lot of beers ago. I don't know if it was a long time ago. There was a bar out in Bernie, Texas, and Bernie Stage Road, same thing. It's a pretty random place to be. And they tapped their keg of 2014, but every pint that every snifter that you bought, and this is a Nick Offerman beer.
Yeah.
Came with a side of bacon.
Nice.
Actually, I can see how this could go really well with bacon.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like very chocolatey and like kind of sweet, and then bacon would make it nice.
And I don't like Guinness. I don't like Guinness. I like this beer.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is the base beer is an American stout versus an Irish stout. It's legitimately about 3 times the alcohol of Guinness.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I can feel it actually.
That's how I choose my wine.
Yeah.
If I ever buy wine for my wife,
Is it?
is percentage of alcohol.
Oh, of course you do.
Oh, yeah. You're like, this one's for you, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. I'll cook you dinner. You just sit right here.
And like cook dinner, I mean, I'll put the Stofers in the oven.
Yep, exactly. I'll put the Stofers in the oven and the Benadryl in the kid's mouth.
That's right.
Exactly.
And then it's just
not
black
just your own
tar
wine.
heroin.
Yeah.
All
Black
the
tar heroin for me.
Yeah, perfect.
Wine for you.
Perfect.
We're a happy, fucked up family.
Yeah. You guys are so hardcore, though.
Yeah.
Super hardcore.
This
it's like Kurt and Courtney.
That's how love's
This
supposed
is
to
how
be.
he's going to wash
Yeah.
down the black tar
Exactly.
heroin later.
Exactly, with black crack.
Yeah.
You should
I like it.
make this your methadone. Make the black crack get you away from the black tar. I'm just saying.
But I look at his face. He's like, nah, I don't want to get away from the black tar.
See,
though.
but
That's
half
what
of
makes
the
sense.
joy is just heating it up on that spoon. So that's,
I'm sure you can heat this up. It's
Tell you what, pour it into a
Perfect.
snifter, then slice open the can, and
Yeah.
boom, new spoon.
spoon.
I
like that.
Okay, are we
I do not
ready?
endorse this,
Are we
by the
ready to play our game? Where are 3 contestants? Good sir, there he is.
Oh,
Come
we've
on.
got our 3.
Are we ready?
Come on
You're
up.
ready.
Bring
I
your
can
wings,
tell.
sir. I'll hold them on
Come
my
on.
table.
Beer, 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 beer,
We heard you were choreographing in the parking lot, so I'm super excited about that.
I love that I started
beer,
that.
beer,
Yeah.
beer, 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 beer.
Wow. Guys,
Beer, beer, beer,
check out the
beer.
She's Crafty podcast. Check out the She's Crafty podcast on the Grammys next year.
Oh,
Y'all are going to get invited to the Oscars.
Oh, is it? Oh, perfect.
drop my album. Yeah.
Okay. So the name of our game tonight is A Southern Star is Born. We're going to start with Paul. So Paul's song was...
I wrote 2 songs. It was Hello from Adele.
Hello. It was hello. Hello. Hello.
Are you ready for this?
Can't you remember?
Are you guys intimidated? You just sing whatever is in your heart. You pour it into the mic.
Beer, beer, beer. No, I'm just kidding.
And we need a ringtone.
a ringtone.
Beer,
Okay.
beer, 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 beer.
All right. So, hello from the bar. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm a little drunk from everything that I've had to drink. But when I call, you never want to come out. Seem to be away. Hello from the bar. At least I could say that I've tried a bunch of beers.
Untapped hero.
I'll tell you I'm sorry for breaking your beer record, but it don't matter. Untapped clearly doesn't matter to you anymore.
Yes! All right!
Breaking
I like
plates.
that. I like it. I
Grammys,
like it.
Grammys,
Well done. Well
Grammys.
done. Okay, who's next? Whoever would like to go next can come. Oh, ladies first, he said. That's the one time that chivalry fucking sucks ass, right? Okay.
So I had all about that bass.
All right.
Let's see. Me. No, I'm sorry.
Me. Beer, 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 beer.
Yeah, my mama told me she told me don't worry about your Yeti size. She says boys, they like a little more Bombshell to drink at night.
Oh.
You know,
I
I
like where
won't
this
be
going.
no Cosmo drinking, Boone's Farm chugging troll. So if that's what you're into, go ahead and move along because I'm all about that beer. About that beer, no vino. About that beer, no vino. I'm all about that beer, no vino.
You turned it into a country song. I like it.
Yeah, in the middle of the morning. I like it. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. I like it.
It is going
Okay,
to be
good
great
sir.
news
You
up in
ready?
here.
No, you have to. Come on.
Tough act to follow. I'm excited for this one.
Hotline bling. Yeah, that's it. Drake. I forgot.
You can add in some dumbass dance moves for extra credit.
Yeah, my backup dancer is just like filming, recording.
Yeah.
Shit better not make YouTube. I'm just saying. You used to drink beer on my cell phone. At night, then slurp in my ear. Used to drink beer on the cell phone.
Oh.
And when you finish burp in my ear, I know when the bottles clink, that can only mean one thing. The more that your fuckers drink.
Oh.
I didn't have another line for that one.
I liked it.
Well done. Well done. Well done. Now,
Great
we
job,
can't.
all of our contestants.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Did Paul
amazing.
say he had a second one?
Oh, shit.
Did
Huh?
Paul say he had a second one?
Paul, you have a second song? Paul brought 2 songs to the table today.
Overachiever.
Yeah.
I want you to
overachiever.
really sing this shit. Like,
By the way,
like
I
from your
forgot to
gut.
tell you, you're probably going to be
This
the
one
judge.
needs to be on.
Okay.
So, you got this?
This one needs
Okay.
to be on video because I need this reaction for a mashup come the end of March.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, hang on. You actually could hold your own mic if you wanted to be.
No,
or-
I'm not.
You want me to hold it for you?
I'm not a rapper.
Okay.
No, sorry.
I'll just hold your fucking mic for you.
I hired you for that. That's why we're here, right?
You
There you
can't
go.
bribe the judges. This isn't Russia.
Sorry.
Go.
Sorry. All right. So my second song was.
Don't say you're not a rapper. Believe in yourself.
You're right. You're right. It was.
You only got
"Hello,
one shot. Oh.
Blake, from No Label. I must have called you 1,000 times to tell you I'm calling you out
Oh.
for everything that's beer related.
Oh.
But when I call, you never answer.
Oh.
Seem to be afraid. Hello, from No Label Brewing. At least I could say I tried to tell you it's on.
Oh.
Motherfucker.
And then he unzips his pants.
Oh, but it don't.
I told
We
you.
got sound effects.
But it don't matter. Clearly, people don't want Bombshell anymore.
Oh, it just got real in here.
So
People
Paul,
gonna get shot.
Paul, tell us where this inspiration came from.
So this inspiration came from the beer battle that Blake and I are going to have March 8th at Big Hops Bitters. You come out, you get to try Bombshell. You get to
bonus
try
points for voting Bombshell.
our First Street Blonde from No Label Brewing.
First Street, you pass.
And you get to choose March Madness style which beer is better.
Bombshell.
I like
Yeah,
it.
don't listen to Blake.
I like
And
it.
at the end, they both fight.
Oh, it's so heated.
Ooh, and you know what's good?
Yeah, we're gonna
Paul's
take
going to
it up to
actually
fourth
be
tap.
on our podcast
will.
after this battle. So we
That's
will
right.
see if
So
he
we'll
is,
see who won.
he
We'll
see
see
is
who won.
boasting, sticking his
Yeah.
chest out, or hiding his head
Or
in
hiding
shame.
his
We're
head
gonna
in
find
shame.
out.
We'll
We're gonna
find out.
Dun, dun,
So
dun.
Joshua,
Edition. So,
Joshua,
yeah, Mark-
after listening to the 3 songs, I don't think that last one really counts because
It was just added.
that was just added in. So after listening to those,
That was just
Sit down.
Paul being gangster.
sit down. After listening to those 3 songs, who's the winner, sir?
Ooh, can I go first, second, third?
Yes,
Wow,
yeah.
we don't care.
Start with third though, and don't Steve
Yeah,
Harvey.
start
this
with
shit.
third. Who gets third?
Don't mess us up.
All right.
It's high pressure. High pressure situation.
You're not famous enough to mess this up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. What? Who told you that? I'm very famous. All right. I forgot everybody's names already. 'cause
No,
I've
no,
been
just
drinking
go
too
by
much.
song. Just go by song.
Okay. Just because Blake, you are in the podcast, I'm gonna have to give you third. That's just for that. That's biasness.
Okay. Thank
Sorry.
you though, Paul.
Thanks for
you,
participating. How does it feel
No
to
label
lose?
and no trophy.
It's a terrible feeling, right? To be a loser.
How does it
Yeah,
feel to
that's
let
not-
your whole brewery down?
Yeah, you let everybody down. All these people are like, fuck, we thought No Label was going to bring it, but guess what? He brought nothing.
At least their beer brings.
Their beer's good, though.
yeah.
Second place goes to Hot Bling because you didn't share any of your wings. I told you.
Oh!
Bring a wing to the table. No, too late.
Wait, they had wings?
He had wings.
What? He had fucking wings?
He had wings. Didn't even bring one. Didn't even bring one. You would have won. All right.
It's called bribery.
that
Learn
sucks.
about it.
That sucks.
This is Russia.
So for first place, for originality, for making it a country song. What song does she have again?
I like it.
All
so
about
she
that
wins.
bass.
All about that
bass, the country version. Good
I
job.
like it. So, young lady, you win a She's Crafty shirt and a koozie. You can come right up here and pick the one that you want.
And you win bragging rights.
And you guys can each pick a She's Crafty koozie.
Don't all rush up at once.
You could be a little bit more excited, sir. Do you know who we are?
That was fun. That was really exciting. Everybody brought their A game.
They did. That was
Some
amazing.
people's A game just is really
Good
bad.
sports.
Yeah.
Good sports all around.
Good sports
Good
all around.
sports all around. I love it.
I like it a lot.
It was good.
Yeah.
Man, I had so much fun
This
tonight.
was amazingly amazing.
And the weather is
amazing.
perfect.
Perfect for outside.
We have a nice breeze.
I
We're
got a
so
good
lucky
buzz.
to be able to do this at
Yep.
the Hoppy Monk every last Sunday of the month. How lucky are we, right?
They have a gorgeous patio. They
Yeah.
have tons of beers on tap. They're
Yes, they
also, you know what,
99 beers.
and they definitely curate
All
their
on the
beers
wall.
here. And
I got 99 problems and beer isn't one of them.
hey,
But bitches, though. Bitches is probably...
bitches
no.
are a big
you have a problem with
yeah.
bitches or what?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
They can be bitches.
I can see that.
Yeah, we
Bitches
can be
are
a
bitches.
problem. Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah.
So Joshua, tell us what you got coming up that we should.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Okay. Coming up March 1st, look out on my YouTube page on Joshua Cabaza. That's Cabaza. I'll be doing some jokes that were, I would say cartoons, but I'm not a cartoonist. It's more illustrations.
Okay.
March 7th, I got semifinals for Fist at River Center. I made it to the finals. Then I'll be up there the
Nice.
9th. March 11th, I'll be at the Velveeta Room for
Okay.
Sad Trombone in
Nice.
Austin at 11 o'clock. And my podcast is called Daddy Noooo on SoundCloud. And then I just put it on iTunes, so that should be coming out soon on iTunes.
Nice.
That's a really fun podcast, and you can also find that podcast soon on Hungry Robot Media. We're gonna throw up Josh's podcast
What?
on
Josh
there.
is gonna join the family?
Yeah.
Up
Yeah.
top, man.
We'll
I
throw
like
that
it.
up there so you can find that. And it's a really entertaining podcast. It's about you at home with your kids and all the craziness that happens. And I actually really
Yeah.
enjoy listening to
My
it.
kids are
Awesome.
actually on it, so.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Blake, what do you got
Future
going on, man?
stars.
What can we look out for from Southern Star
Oh,
Brewing?
man. All right. So this is where I'll talk about our brand new tap room that we just opened up off of Fraser Street in Conroe. We were founded in 2007, so it's kind of nice to finally get into a space that is our own. It's a purpose-built brewery versus being converted warehouse space. So tap room's open Fridays 5 to 9, Saturdays 12 to 6, again in beautiful Conroe, Texas. Other than that, we've got a bunch of South by events that are coming up. We've got the March 8th showdown where we all vote Bombshell Blonde over the
That's right. Big Hops Bitters
Big
here in
Hop
San
Bitters.
Antonio,
Yep,
their
Bitters
newest
in
location.
281. They just opened that up a couple weeks ago. 2 kegs of vintage black crack coming up for South by Southwest at Whole
Nice.
Foods around Austin. San Antonio Beer Week, we have a lot of events going on. I do encourage everybody, go to our website, southernstarbrewing.com. Click on the event page, but before you do that, sign up for our newsletter.
Nice.
I will be perfectly honest, the newsletter is very biased towards San Antonio and Austin
Oh.
because, well,
We're
I-
awesome.
I write it. So
Ooh,
There you go.
I like it. I
like
like
it.
it.
So-
But
make
do
sure
you
if
have
you're
something that you'd like to plug yet?
No, hey,
Bring it on.
I got some stuff coming up. Lukenbach is coming up on Tuesdays. I'm be hosting a picking circle every Tuesday starting March 1st all the way through April, the end of April. So I'm excited for that. I mean, that's
Nice.
Lukenbach, Texas. So
Perfect place
But
to
also
go.
starting in July, I'll be hosting a female singer-songwriter song swap. And starting at July 1st, I believe, July. So at Bang Bang Bar, the new Bang Bang Bar.
Oh,
so
very cool.
Girl in a Coma, yes, they're my friends, Jen and Fanny.
Nice.
So yeah, they gave me that slot, and then I'll be hosting a different chick every week, so every month.
Cool. Where
So-
can people find you to make sure they follow up with you?
I'm on Reverb Nation, Claudine Meinhardt, it's Meinhardt, and www.claudinmeinhardt.com, and all my shows are posted on there. So come on out and say hello and be part of the audience. So thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thank you for being here, you guys. Thanks, everybody. And as always, you can find the She's Crafty podcast on iTunes, on Stitcher, on the Tasty Podcast Network,
on Hungry Robot Media.
Hungry Robot Media, and on our website at shescraftypodcast.com. Make sure you go to iTunes and rate, subscribe, download, review, leave us some little stars so that we can get more listeners. That would be awesome. You can find all the stars. Or leave leave us 1 star with a funny, really bad review, and that's fine.
We'll
too.
read it anyway.
We'll read it anyway. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at She's Crafty Pod. You can find us on Facebook at She's Crafty Podcast and on Google+. You can go to our website and hit on store and buy our amazing merchandise.
And we did. We actually just saw some benefits of that to help us support our expenses every month.
We absolutely
So if
did.
you go to shescraftypodcast.com, there's a banner at the top. Anything that you are going to buy through Amazon, just click on it and then buy anything you want, and we get some portion of those proceeds.
Get a little something back.
Because unfortunately, it's not free to make this podcast.
It is not.
Yeah.
Brady makes me work really hard.
I do.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I'm tired of pimping her out, so just click on the link. Click on the link.
Catherine's exhausted, guys.
And make sure if you want to find out about Joshua Cabaza, if you want to find out about Southern Star, if you want to find out about Claudine and find out where they're at, what they're doing, look in our show notes on shescraftypodcast.com, on iTunes, on Tasty Podcasts. You can click on their links and make sure to stay in touch with them, become super fans, and maybe stalk them.
That's right.
I'm just saying it's a good idea.
I welcome all stalkers so long as you come up to me with my beer in your hands.
Fantastic.
Perfect. Shout out Canada for listening to the She's Crafty podcast.
Hey, Canada.
Peace out, beer nuts.
Peace out.
Deuce.
Cheers. Prost.
Shut up and sit down.
There's another song. It's kind of different, a little different from this one. Let's see. I'll put this up. Can I put this up a little bit more? Yeah. Okay, there we go.
No.
I'm like squatting. What? Aw. Sillies. All right. It's called Your Chain of Fools. Well, baby, you're so sweet on the surface. You dig a little deeper, you don't know what you'll find. But sometimes the way you've been acting, you give your loving a suspicious mind. And I don't want to be another link in your chain of fools. No, I don't want to be another link in your chain of fools. So walk out now, you're so bad to be wanted. Walk out now if she matters to you. Walk out now, you feel so confronting. I don't want to be another link in your chain of fools. Well, baby, guess I should have seen it coming. You're sweet talking her like you're sweet talking me. You say, oh no, it's just funny. The more you say, the less I believe. And I don't want to be another link in your chain of fools. No, I don't want to be another link in your chain of fools. So walk out now if you feel so fenced in. Walk out now if she matters to you. Walk out now if you can't be confronted. I don't want to be another link in your chain of fools. No, I don't want to be another link in your chain of fools. All right.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was so good.
I think I got lip gloss in your mic.
We'll keep it there. Just to remember you by. It's what we do.